We've received a number of questions regarding discussions boards. Let me show you one way in which you can add a discussion board to your course. First thing that I want to do is I want to go to Content. And this is where I'm going to place my discussion board. At this point, I'm going to select Tools and select Discussion Board. One of the ways that I can do this is add a link to the discussion board page, and this would show all the discussions that I have made available for this course. So this is what we're going to do at this time. So I'm going to select Next. I can name this Course Discussions, and here's a list of discussions. Track number of views, and submit. And so this will put a link on there that lets them know that this is where all the course discussions are going to be. And here's a list of discussions. And so it gives a little information about that. When I click on this, there are no items to be found. So what I first need to do is create a forum, basically a room where a particular discussion is going to be held. So I click on Forum, and this is where I would go ahead and put the name of this particular discussion. So I'm going to call mine Command Responsibility. I've taken this from another course, and I am going to add the details of that particular course. So just kind of spread things out a little bit, and basically the instructions for that particular discussion. As I move on down, I want to make sure that that discussion is available. I may set some parameters dealing with time and other restrictions. The standard view, I'm going to leave it at the standard view. You have other options that not necessarily going to cover during this. I decide if it's going to be graded. If you decide that you're going to grade the discussion forum, that will automatically add something to your course gradebook. If you decide to grade threads, it's important that you understand this, for every thread that's created, we'll also create something in your grade center. So choose this one with care, because that may really expand what's going on. Whether or not you allow individuals to subscribe to the post and how they would receive that information. So they may subscribe to it, and anytime they get information, it could come to their phone or it could come to their email. Whether or not you allow anonymous posts. I'm not a fan of anonymous posts, but that is certainly a choice. Whether or not folks can delete their own posts, edit their own posts, put attachments, all that. And whether or not they can tag their posts, give it so they can find it, do searches. I'm just going to leave it the basic information here and submit. So now we have a new discussion. Okay, and so in this discussion, that's the first part, is creating a room. Next is making sure that your students understand that either they create a thread, or you may create a thread and request that they reply to you. But as we create a thread, you'll notice that those particular instructions are available to the students on what they need to do as part of this thread. So my first thread, blah, blah, blah. And I will submit. So if you're participating and adding something to the thread, you may want to model, especially early in the course, model how that you go about doing that. If we go back to content, we will see our course discussions. It is a link to all the course forums that you have available. and there is one post, an additional post. So if I wanted to create another forum, I would simply select forum and it would add to this list. And this is basically the same list that you have under course tools in discussion boards. Right? So I would have to look in the discussion board here, but this takes me to the exact same place. And that's all there is to adding a discussion to a course, basically using the course discussion list.